Okay, so you know how I always warn you ahead of time, like I tell you kind of what to expect in these videos. So this particular video is going to be short and to the point, but I'm warning you. If you are super overly sensitive today, if you're having a horrible day and your emotions and your feelings are just kind of wishy-washy, and if one more thing pisses you off, you might possibly like explode. If you get offended really easily, this is not the video for you. If you are just not in a very good place, I highly encourage you not to watch this video, because I usually I sprinkle this beautiful, like, inspirational stuff throughout every single video I make, unless I warn you ahead of time, which I'm doing now. And so this video is just not one of those. This is an in-your-face. If you want to hear some truth, here it is. If you are not in a place where your body is working at its best possible level, if you are carrying around extreme amounts of extra fat that you obviously do not need, if you climb a flight of stairs and you are exhausted and worn out and it takes 5 minutes to catch your breath, if you're walking around and you've got a big beer belly, even if you don't drink, that's kind of what they're called, a beer belly that hangs over your pants, if you're out there and you spend the majority of your day pushing your fat rolls back into your jeans and constantly pulling on your clothes to kind of offset the way that extra fat roll you just can't hide looks, if you can't keep up with your children, if you are in a place where your body is not working at its best possible ability, there are a few reasons why this is the case. The first of which is that you do not believe that you are worth it. You do not believe that your life is valuable enough to be healthy. Else, things that are valuable and we find worth in, we go for. If somebody threw a $100 bill into a mud puddle, I can tell you, I'll be the first person slopping around in that mud. I will not even care. You hear me? Because that is value. That money can help me buy some groceries. It'll help me put some gas in my car. It'll help me pay a bill. I find value and worth in that money, even though it's covered in filth. And if you found value and worth in your life, in who you are, even if you're covered in 100 extra pounds, you would do what it takes to get to a healthy, fit place. The second reason that you might find that you're just not doing anything about it is that excuses are easier than the truth. And I know that I can say this with full compassion and passion, because for the majority of my adult life, when people would say to me, you know, Jennifer, and these are family members who cared very much about me, okay, so they weren't judging me or trying to hurt me, they were actually trying to help me. And whenever I was, you know, getting close to about 300 pounds, and my family members would say, you know, Jennifer, yeah, here's some supplements, or here's a new program I've bought you, or they just did some kind of act that would help me to get to a healthy place. The first thing out of my mouth was, I like me this way. And if you can't like me this way, then that sounds like a personal problem with you. But the reality is that I made excuses for my whole entire right side, which I've got major issues with. My hip, my knee, my ankle, my lower back, my right shoulder, and the right side of my neck, C5 and C6. The whole right side of my body is jacked. And so I had some pretty dad-blasted good excuses, and I used them. So another reason why you might not get to a place where your body is just freaking vibrating at a healthy, fit place is that excuses are easier than the truth. And last but not least, y'all ready for this? If you are not at a place where you are healthy and fit, it's straight up because you're lazy. And I know that that's really hard to hear, but it's the truth. And I've got some good connections in my life that I care very much about, and they want to say with their mouth that they want to lose weight and they want to lose inches, but when the rubber meets the road, the rubber doesn't meet the road because their big butt is sitting on the couch or laying up in the bed watching TV. Now, there's 3 reasons you don't find value and worth in your life and in who you are. The second reason is that excuses are more important to you than the truth. And the third of which is you are lazy. Now, you can listen to this video and you can get offended, but the truth of the matter is every bit of it is true to some extent. I can say this because I used all 3 of those very reasons and things in my life until one day I said, I wonder what being fit would feel like. It wasn't that I wanted to get skinny, because I don't want to be skinny. It wasn't that I wanted to look good for other people. It wasn't because I wanted to achieve something that the world wanted from me. I just wanted to try it. And come to find out, all of the places in my life that were weak and I was struggling in began to mend. And those exact places will begin to mend in you. There are a couple of reasons for you to think about. If you want to continue in the state that you are, that's okay. But let's not make excuses. Let's not find reasons that we can't, because there are none. I love you so much. Rock out your night in your face. Word.